Today I'm going to talk about affirmations, specifically those situations when you know an affirmation is true, but you don't feel like it's true. As a cognitive behavioral therapist, I've worked with many clients on this topic, and I've done my own work in this area too. So, for example, doing videos for this channel makes me feel self-conscious because I imagine people judging me for what I say and how I look. But even though I know that the point of this channel is not about me sounding perfect or looking good or resonating with every single person who watches it, the point is actually for me to serve others. That doesn't mean I feel any less self-conscious when I make videos. So why does this happen? There are two things I'm going to highlight. The first is that knowing something is not the same thing as believing in your core that it's true. So knowledge and belief are not the same thing. So for me, knowing the point of this channel isn't about me, it's to serve others. Knowing that is one thing, but it takes time for that knowledge to grow roots deeper in my brain. So this means that I can know something, but not necessarily be rooted in it. So how do we get rooted and go from knowledge to belief? Well, our beliefs come from experience. So if an affirmation or a reframe that you're telling yourself is at the level of the theoretical, it needs to get experiential in order to permeate your belief system. Now, affirmations are often used to relearn things that we've believed for a long time, usually negative, incorrect beliefs about ourselves. And so it takes a while for them to sink in. That's totally normal. Now, some affirmations can be like more for inspiration or encouragement, and I would say that those are a different application of affirmations. But if what you're dealing with is a deep down belief about yourself that is inaccurate and excessively negative, and you know that that's not true, but you don't yet feel that the affirmation is true, for that affirmation to go from theoretical to experiential, there needs to be some action that produces results that reinforces the affirmation. This is also why if you repeat a mantra to yourself that you don't actually believe, it's going to have limited impact because in part, it's just words. So what do you do with all of this information? If you notice that your feelings are not aligned with an affirmation, ask yourself how much of that affirmation is actually just theoretical. And if some or all of it is, then you can think about one action step that you can take to make it experiential or gather some data about the belief. So let's go back to my example about recording videos for this channel. No matter how many times I told myself and tell myself it's not about me, it's about serving other people, I don't really feel that much more confident. And it's because that was theoretical. I had never recorded videos for YouTube before. I've taught hundreds of class meetings, but that experience didn't make me feel any less self-conscious about a new way of presenting myself. I wish it did. So the principle here is acting before feeling. I started uploading videos anyway, and it made me feel cringy. It made me feel uncomfortable. I really hate watching my videos back over again. But what I have noticed is that I'm getting a little bit more comfortable, honestly, with being uncomfortable. And I think a little bit better at making the videos, but you can tell me what you think in the comments if you think differently. So if you experience a disconnect between emotion and beliefs and other situations too, you might want to check out my video about boundaries and guilt, where I talk about how setting good boundaries doesn't always feel good, and I'll make sure to put the link in the description. So if you thought this video was helpful, sign up for my weekly notes from Dr. Natasha. Each week, I send a brief email with a link to that week's YouTube video, so you'll always know when a new video has been posted. Thanks for watching.